So what was your relationship like with all of the other leagues? I mean, obviously you were tight with Smack and URL, but were you cool with King of the Dot and RBE and all these other leagues too?
URL is always about brothership, 100%. We'll have our infighting, like family always do. But you're never gonna hear me say nothing negative towards them in the public. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa.
Right.
Shout out to my brothers, man, Smack, Beasley, and Chico. And my man Pete. As far as the other leagues and stuff like that, I would go to a King of the Dot event every now and then and kick it with Organic. Organic is a cool motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Organic. He'll never have a bad word for me and stuff like that. We call each other legends, man, every time we see each other and stuff, man. When it comes to all the other leagues, I have a cordial relationship with them and stuff like that. It depends, you know what I'm saying? I'm not everybody's cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would say things because I feel like they're truthful or this, when the question is asked to me and whatnot. Some people feel like they don't like that answer. Some people like, oh, it is what it is. Ignore my answer and keep it moving. I know I got a great relationship with Direct. Direct is like a little brother and shit to me and shit. He's the one that started Grind Time. And you know what I'm saying? I'll forever have love for him and shit like that. We have a great rapport with each other being Direct, for sure. You know what I'm saying? He's a legend. Like, he's a super legend to me and shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
what do you think about the different audiences for each league? Because like, where you had some people come from King of the Dot to URL like a disaster or something, and it wouldn't translate well. Like the audience wouldn't respond the same way. They almost like viewed him in a way that they didn't take him serious. Where like if Disaster is performing on King of the Dot, there's a lot of crowd reaction.
Well, that's the word, translate. You know what I'm saying? A lot of artists could translate on different platforms. And that'll be better made for them because they'll gather a different type of audience and stuff like that. Bring that audience to wherever their home is. It all depends.
It's like music crossing over.
Right. It all depends on the material and stuff like that. I would, you know what I'm saying, like a person like a Disaster and shit, he's a GOAT. He goated legend and stuff. Yeah, some of his material might not translate on URL depending on the circumstances and stuff like that. Because I guess if he did multiple times and really tried, I'm pretty sure he could be a mainstay, if you will. It doesn't make him any less than of a legend that he is now and shit like that. It's just, it is what it is. Translation is a key. You got to know how to diversify your portfolio when you're on these different platforms or leagues. That's it.
But do you feel like the audience at King of the Dot is more accepting towards like URL versus like the URL audience being more accepting of King of the Dot?
I would say that the audience at say King of the Dot, from the ones I've witnessed, are more open to bars and stuff like that. A little more how would you say, appreciative of cats that come in there and put in their hard work and, drop those bars and stuff like that. Whereas, say, URL artists or...
It's like the Apollo.
Oh, not artists. URL, you know what I'm saying, fans would be like, man, you better say some hot shit or we're going to boo your ass out this building.
URL is like the Apollo audience, right. Where it's like, we ain't afraid to boo you, no matter who you are.
Listen, we're Queen of the Ring audience, you better know how to rock out over there too, because if you saying some shit that they don't like, they're gonna be like, fuck out of here, get him out the ring, Debo. Like crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends. Every platform has their different audience, and that doesn't take one away from the other shit. One is not better than the other. It's just how they rock out and the shit, you know what I'm saying? Because the fans make up what the home is too. You feel what I'm saying? Whereas a crowd that you'll see at a Queen of the Ring, you're not going to see that crowd on a King of the Dot or URL for that matter. I have fans that come up to me and say they've never seen URL a day in their life. They know what Queen of the Ring is. That's not taken away from URL. It's just that their preference is a Queen of the Ring battle. You feel me?
Right.
And that goes vice versa with, a person probably never heard of a Queen of the Ring battle ever in their life, but they know what URL, they know what Smack is. You know what I'm saying? People probably separate smack and URL. They'll say, well, smack, I don't know. I'm talking about smack. I know you're talking about URL. Well, I'm talking about Murder Mook and Lux. And I thought, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, it depends on the era that you're in that makes up the conversation that you're speaking of.
Is it true that you sold Queen of the Ring to Smack?
Why would you think that, Panda?
Because you asked me to ask you that question.
No, I didn't. I'm lying to the people. No, we didn't. We didn't sell. We still got 33rd to 3rd, me, Vig, and Babs. People would think that once we made a merger with URL because they're the bigger brand. We made that merger a little bit before COVID and caffeine.
Oh, so you guys did do a merger, though.
Right. When I say merger, I'm talking about a merger as far as like getting together and doing events together, not selling my brand to them. You feel what I'm saying? More like a 50-50 type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you do Queen of the Ring battles, we'll fund X amount of dollars, or we'll put it over here, or we'll do this, that, and the third, and shit like that. While in turn, you know what I'm saying? Any artist that you got, bring them over here so we could give them this, that, you know what I'm saying? So that's what we've done. Our first thing we ever done was an event called Royalty in VA, which was a great event, you know what I'm saying? So they seen it fruitful. They was like, yo, let's continue to do what we do. And that's where the caffeine deal and stuff like that came about. And we continue to do events and shit like that. So, you know, that's where the growth for a couple of the ladies that were in play at Queen of the Ring got even more popular then. After, you know what I'm saying, during the COVID era and stuff like that. We just got bigger appearances and whatnot, because caffeine was a big marketing place where they spend X amount of dollars to make shit go. You feel me? And shout out to caffeine, man. Those days were the easy days. When I say easy days, meaning that they had a staff in play to make shit easy for us to, you know, communicate with them and have our artists being to and from, even though we was already doing that, they was just making that happen times 10. And, you know what I'm saying, shout out to the people that was in caffeine, the staff. They was very helpful in that regard, man. They made it fun.